2013. Juan de Acosta, Colombia. Three thieves needed transportation for a robbery. Silent transportation, something that wouldn't attract attention, something reliable. They considered their options, decided on a donkey. Not just any donkey, a specific donkey. 10-year-old Xavi belonged to Orlando Olivares. The thieves stole him, took him from his owner, prepared him for criminal activity. Xavi had not consented to any of this. Important detail: the donkey was unwilling participant. This would become extremely relevant later. They waited 12 hours with Xavi. 12 hours. Half a day, sitting around with a stolen donkey, planning the main robbery, presumably feeding him, keeping him calm, building rapport, or attempting to. 12 hours is significant time investment. Most people don't spend 12 hours preparing for anything. These thieves dedicated half a day to donkey management, really committed to their animal-based transportation plan, didn't consider that animals have their own agendas, their own opinions, their own vocal cords. 2 in the morning. The actual robbery began. Target was a grocery store. Owner Fabio Orozco. The thieves climbed onto the roof, broke in from above. Standard burglary technique. Avoid doors and windows. Come through the ceiling. Once inside, they collected items: rum, cooking oil, rice, canned tuna, canned sardines, basic provisions. Nothing particularly valuable. No cash, no electronics, just groceries. The kind of items you'd steal if you needed food, or if you had very specific shopping list, or if you were planning to load everything onto a donkey who might have opinions about his cargo. They took their haul outside, found Xavi waiting, loaded everything onto him: rum bottles, oil containers, rice bags, canned goods. He became their pack mule. Literal mule work, except with a donkey. The plan was elegant. Walk away quietly. Let Xavi carry everything. Silent getaway. No vehicle noise. No attention. Just 3 men and 1 animal, moving through the night with stolen groceries. Flawless crime. Except they forgot to consult Xavi about his participation, forgot to confirm his cooperation, forgot that donkeys make sounds. Xavi started braying. Loud braying. HEE-HAW! HEE-HAW! Maximum volume. Consistent output. The kind of noise that travels, that wakes people up, that alerts authorities. The thieves had spent 12 hours with this animal. 12 hours of preparation. Quality time together. Apparently didn't test his volume settings. Didn't check if he was the silent type. Just assumed he'd cooperate quietly. Big assumption. Donkeys are not known for stealth. They're known for being donkeys, which includes making donkey sounds, particularly when uncomfortable, or carrying stolen goods, or protesting their involvement in crimes. Police heard the braying, investigated, found Xavi, found the stolen goods, found evidence of the robbery they hadn't even known about yet. This animal had alerted them, before anyone reported the crime, before the store owner knew, before any witnesses came forward. Just Xavi, announcing the situation, loudly, persistently, really doing police work for them. Community watch donkey, neighborhood security animal, unwilling informant with exceptional vocal projection. They ran. Left Xavi behind, left all the stolen goods, left their entire plan on 4 legs braying at maximum volume, escaped on foot, without their silent transportation, without their haul, with nothing except the knowledge that their carefully selected animal accomplice had betrayed them, completely, publicly, loudly. The 12 hours of preparation, the specific theft of this particular donkey, the careful loading of goods, all wasted, because Xavi had opinions, and vocal cords, and no loyalty to people who stole him. Police arrested Xavi, detained him at the station, for 12 hours, same amount of time thieves had kept him before the robbery. Poetic symmetry, equal time in custody for all parties. Xavi spent 12 hours at the police station, presumably not braying, probably confused about the day's events, went from peaceful grazing to theft victim, to unwilling accomplice, to police informant, to detained suspect. Really busy day for livestock. Most donkeys have simpler schedules. Xavi had adventure, not requested, not desired, but definitely experienced. The owner, Orlando Olivares, got his donkey back. After 12 hours, after Xavi had participated in and then solved a crime, after becoming local hero. The donkey who stopped thieves, the animal who chose law enforcement over criminal cooperation. Olivares probably had questions. Where were you? Why do you smell like rum and canned sardines? Why were the police calling about you? Normal donkey ownership doesn't involve these conversations. Xavi had created unusual circumstances. Think about their planning process. They needed transportation, discussed options, decided donkeys were ideal, quiet, reliable, strong enough to carry goods, Stole one specifically for this purpose, 12 hours before the robbery. Waited with him, planned the crime, executed the burglary, loaded the goods, started their escape. Then discovered their fundamental error. Donkeys make noise. Loud noise. Distinctive noise. The kind police investigate. All that planning, all that preparation, defeated by basic animal biology, by the fact that donkeys bray, common knowledge, apparently not considered during planning. The 12-hour detention of Xavi raises questions. What do you charge a donkey with? Accomplice to burglary? Receiving stolen goods? Being too loud? The paperwork must have been interesting. Detainee name, Xavi. Species, donkey. Charges, various. Cooperation level, extremely vocal. Most police stations don't have procedures for livestock detention. Xavi created precedent, set standards, became case law. An animal who spent 12 hours in custody before being released without charges, model citizen, did his time, walked free, returned to owner, resume enhanced, life experience gained. Fabio Orozco got his goods back, thanks to a donkey. Not thanks to security systems, not thanks to witnesses, not thanks to police investigation, thanks to an unwilling animal accomplice who refused to stay quiet. The rum was recovered, the oil, the rice, the canned fish, everything they had loaded onto Xavi. Still there when police arrived. He hadn't eaten the evidence, hadn't hidden anything. Just stood there braying, announcing the crime, marking the location, being extremely helpful to law enforcement while completely unhelpful to criminals. The silent getaway concept deserves examination. The thieves specifically chose a donkey for quiet transportation. A donkey, animal known for distinctive vocalizations, famous for braying, has HEE-HAW in every children's song about farm animals. The sound is cultural shorthand for donkey. Everyone knows donkeys make noise. Except apparently these three thieves, who thought they'd selected perfect silent partner, really didn't do their research. Didn't Google "are donkeys quiet?" Didn't consult anyone with farm experience. Just assumed. Made plans based on assumptions. Got exactly what you'd expect when you rely on donkeys for stealth. The grocery items matter too. They stole food. Basic supplies. Not luxury goods. Not high-value items. Things you need to survive. Which suggests possible desperation. Which makes choosing a donkey slightly more understandable. Can't afford vehicle. Can't rent transportation. Need to carry items. Donkey makes sense. Free transportation if you steal one. Except not free. Cost them the entire haul. Cost them 12 hours preparing. Cost them the robbery success. Cost them their freedom when they got caught later. The donkey was expensive. Just not in the way they expected. Xavi became local celebrity. The donkey who stopped crime. The animal who chose right over wrong. The unwilling participant who became hero. Probably got extra food, better treatment, recognition from community. All because he did what donkeys do. Made noise. At the exact wrong time for criminals. The exact right time for justice. Perfect timing. Not intentional, just donkey behavior. But effective. More effective than most security systems. More reliable than most witnesses. Just needed to be a donkey. Doing donkey things. Loudly. The thieves learned valuable lesson. Don't involve animals in crimes without their consent. Don't assume cooperation from stolen livestock. Don't plan silent getaways using notoriously vocal animals. Do basic research on your accomplices. Understand animal behavior before relying on animals. These seem obvious, fundamental, common sense. Yet 3 people missed all of it. Planned elaborate robbery around donkey. Lost everything to donkey sounds. Educational experience. Expensive tuition. Life lessons learned the hard way. The phrase, "you can pin a tail on a donkey, but you can't pin your loot on one," summarizes this perfectly. The thieves could put goods on Xavi, could make him carry everything, could force his participation, but couldn't control his voice, couldn't guarantee his silence, couldn't make him willing accomplice. The donkey had agency, used it, loudly, publicly, effectively, stopped crime through nothing but natural behavior, being exactly what he was, a donkey, with working vocal cords, and apparently strong opinions about criminal activity.